What's up YouTube, and welcome back to Life with Lamb, where we talk about how to make small changes that have big impacts. It's December now and New Year's is just around the corner, so today we're going to be talking about how to own 2020 by knowing your why. That's right, it's never too early to start thinking about how to get ahead in the new year. So if you're already stressing about your resolutions and what next year is going to look like, then this is the video for you. And at the end of the video, we'll be going over some quick tips on how to make sure that 2020 is the best year of your life. Sound good? Let's go. Before we start, I just want to be really honest with you guys. I'm not a big fan of New Year's resolutions. I'm sorry, that didn't come out right. Let me try that again. Can we rewind that? Before we start, I just want to be really honest with you guys. I really don't like New Year's resolutions. Now hold on, don't click out of the video just yet. Give me a minute to explain. I know that a lot of you probably came in here looking for tips on how to set good resolutions, on how to keep those resolutions. And honestly, I'm not going to give you any of that. No, wait. What I am going to do is talk about how to have the best year of your life by staying away from New Year's resolutions. Because look, let's be really honest with each other here. New Year's resolutions are a joke. Does anyone really believe that just because you set your goal on a particular date, that it's suddenly going to be more likely that you accomplish it? That just because everybody else is setting goals too, that you're all going to band together and help each other reach those goals? I mean, seriously, if your resolution is something that you really want, if it's something that's actually meaningful to you, you would have started that up the moment that you thought of it. There's a Chinese proverb that goes, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. If you're looking at yourself in the mirror thinking that you want to be a more productive person and you actually want to be more productive, you'd be getting down to business right now, making sure that you don't waste another second to improve your life. But not with New Year's resolutions. With resolutions, we think of something that we pretend is important and then we just sit on it because it would be neat to start our goal on January 1st. I mean, think about it. How many times has this thought process gone through your brain? I'm going to be super productive in 2020, but it's December, so I'm going to binge Netflix all month because my resolution hasn't started yet. I'm going to zombie out on the couch as much as possible because it's my last chance to waste time. If you're waiting around for some random date on a calendar to start your goal, you might as well not even do it. You obviously don't want it bad enough to start now. Because here's the truth, New Year's resolutions are like fad diets. From the get-go, they're doomed to fail. And not because the resolution or the diet is bad in and of itself. You can set amazing goals centered around positivity and productivity. You can have diets focused around moderation and appropriate calorie and nutrient intake. But as long as you look at them as resolutions instead of lifestyle choices, they're never gonna work out. When someone says, oh, I'm on a diet, all it really means is that that's just what they're doing right now. It's how they're currently living. But it's not normal, it's not forever, it's not a lifestyle. Diets come and go because people treat them like temporary straying from the norm behaviors. And resolutions are the same way. When people set resolutions, it's more about having a resolution than meaningfully deciding on a lifestyle change that will positively impact your life. We set resolutions so that we have resolutions to talk about. When everyone's hanging out after New Year's, we want to have something to say. This year, I'm going to eat more healthily. This year, I'm going to stop procrastinating. This year, I'm actually going to keep my resolutions. But it doesn't mean anything, and that's why so many resolutions fail. The focus is on the resolution, not the reasoning behind the resolution, and that's what's actually important. And while it may seem like even if you don't keep them for the full year, resolutions are at worst just neutral, I would actually argue that New Year's resolutions are one of the things standing in the way of your success. Story time. I've always been interested in being fit. To be clear, that doesn't mean that I've always been fit, just that I've always thought it would be a good idea. Now, in the first few months of my first year of university, I gained about 30 pounds. Freshman 15 has nothing on me. I made the terrible mistake of getting carte blanche in my dining hall, and the food there was actually amazing. On top of the entrees, I remember having at least 1 or 2 glasses of chocolate milk with every meal, a couple of slices of pizza as a side dish, and don't even get me started on the massacre that took place every poutine night. Needless to say, by around December, I wasn't feeling particularly good about myself, both physically and mentally. So I started considering the idea of having a workout routine, of getting back into shape. But with New Year's just a few weeks away, I figured I could wait until January 1st to start. New year, new me and all that. Amazingly, I actually gained a few more pounds in the weeks leading up to New Year's because I wanted to take advantage of my last few weeks of eating freedom. In my head, once the new year started, I was going to magically become a weightlifting, healthy food eating machine. So New Year's comes and goes and I start hitting the gym. The plan was 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Now, as anyone who works out for the first time in a long time can tell you, the first few weeks are painful. DOMs for days. I'm hobbling around campus wondering why I ever decided to do this as a resolution. I'm dreading the gym constantly. And one day, about a month or 2 in, for one reason or another, I didn't go to the gym on my scheduled day. I miss one day and all the wheels come off. One day and it's like my routine just doesn't matter anymore because I already failed my resolution. It became so easy to make excuses because my resolution was over, so what was the point in keeping it up? I'm busy, I'm tired, I don't feel like it. I didn't even have to make good excuses. Any excuse was good enough to keep me from going back to the gym. And the saddest thing is that this wasn't even an isolated occurrence. Working out has been one of my resolutions every year since, until I completely stopped making resolutions a few years ago. And every year I would work out diligently for a couple of months and then I'd miss a day. And every time I'd be so disappointed that I failed my resolution that I'd just give up completely. I'd just wait around and next thing you know, it's December again. I'd start thinking about how great it would be to be in shape for the new year, so I'd make a resolution for January, and then rinse and repeat. And every year, like clockwork, the excuses would undoubtedly show up. And because the only reason I was working out was to fulfill my New Year's resolution, which we all know isn't exactly a solid long-term reason, it was easy to just let it go. And you might be thinking, hey, at least you made it 2 months, that's better than nothing at all. And in a way that's true, but I would argue that I would have worked out either way, resolution or not. And it was the idea of the resolution that actively kept me from maintaining my routine long term. See, the first time that I started thinking about exercising more, I was thinking about my health. I knew that I was living an unhealthy lifestyle and I wanted to change that. Now, if I had just stopped there, if I had stayed focused on my health, I would have had a great reason to keep me motivated in the gym. See, health is a really good reason to work out. Health, at least for me, trumps laziness, and it trumps poor time management. But no, I decided to focus on the idea of a resolution. I decided to let a date on a calendar dictate when I would become a healthier person. So when the excuses started popping up, as they always do, when I started feeling a little sore or lazy or tired, I just stopped. See, if you want to change your life for the better, then you have to do better than a resolution. You have to make an actual change to your lifestyle. And the real trick here is knowing and understanding why you're doing what you're doing. You have to know your why. Whenever we make a choice, whenever we try to commit to something, there's always a battle between why and why not. Why should we do this? Why shouldn't we? If your why is something as flimsy as because it's my New Year's resolution or because everyone else is doing it, then life is gonna stomp that little resolution out of existence. And you'll find yourself drowning in why nots before you even get the chance to come up with a better reason. If you want to live a good life, if you want to make positive changes that actually stick, you have to have a reason, a why that can withstand all of the excuses and the distractions that are bound to arise. See, this story has a happy ending. I put working out as my New Year's resolution for over a decade, and I failed every time. But I stopped making resolutions 2 years ago, and since then, I've been working out 3 to 5 days a week, every week. And sure, I still miss a workout every now and again, maybe take a week off every few months, but that never kills my motivation. And I couldn't tell you when this streak started because that's not what really matters anymore. One day, I just woke up and I realized that if I don't start taking care of my body, that I might not get to have the kind of relationship that I want to have with my future children. I might not get to play with my kids and my grandkids. And if it got really bad, I might not even get to meet them. And once I had that as my reason, well, shoot, nothing's gonna keep me from the gym now. I will fit the gym into my busy schedule. I'll make sure that I get enough sleep to be ready for my morning workouts. Nothing gets in between me and my future children. So, okay, I get it. I need to rethink how I approach my resolutions, or if I'm even gonna make resolutions at all. But how do I own 2020? Well, I'm glad you asked. Tip number 1, start now. If you want 2020 to be a great year, then you better make sure that 2019 ends on a high note. Don't wait for the new year to start improving yourself. Don't wait for other people to do things with you. Don't wait for anything. If you want to accomplish something special, if you want to become a better person, then do it now. Every single day is an opportunity to improve yourself, so why waste so many of them waiting for January? Tip number 2, commit to the lifestyle. As long as you look at change as if it's just some temporary thing that you're trying out, it will be exactly that, temporary. As long as you're thinking about how much you'd like to revert back to your norm, as long as you're complaining to your friends about how hard your new goals are, you'll always find an excuse to give up. So commit yourself to the new you. Be the person that you want to be, not the person who's just thinking about who they could be. Tip number 3, remember your why. Why are you trying to fulfill your goal? Why do you need to accomplish it? As long as you've got your why cemented in your brain, no matter what happens, no matter what excuses come your way, you'll always find a way to persevere. It's all well and good to say that you want to do something amazing, but knowing why you want to accomplish it is what's going to keep you on track. So there you have it, how to own 2020. In the comments below, let me know what you think of this video. And if you want to support this channel, then please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to turn on that notification bell because we'll be dropping a new episode of Life with Lamb every Wednesday. Thank you so much for stopping by, be good, and let's make today an awesome day. Take care.